I have some big Instagram news. The Instagram algorithm has changed, and Instagram made a very interesting announcement about what these changes are going to mean for content creators. There are 4 new updates that Instagram is implementing into the algorithm. And from what we can tell, this algorithm update stands to prioritize original content. This is huge for content creators who have been trying to break through. I also find this interesting as this update comes after a now deleted post that the official Instagram for Business account posted previously, where it said, quote, "Stop crying over reach and followers." Crying face emoji. That's not exactly the positive message you would want to give to the people who create the content on your platform. No, but it seems that Instagram is having a change of heart from that stance, and they are actually putting in some effort to make positive changes for content creators on the platform. We are going to dig into all of this here in this video today. I'm going to explain what all of these changes mean and why it matters for you and how you can benefit from the new Instagram algorithm update. How annoying is it when you have created a reel, it's original, it's your video that you recorded with your own camera and you uploaded it to your own Instagram account, and then some other bigger account takes your reel and reposts it to their account, where they then get tons of likes and shares and comments, and you get nothing. But it's your content. We as content creators have been complaining about this for years. And finally, Instagram is actually doing something about this. Instagram has made an announcement that I think is really going to shake things up, and it's for the benefit of content creators, especially smaller content creators. People who create original content deserve to have that content protected and attributed to their account. So I'm gonna walk you through what these changes are. And as you follow along in this video, make sure that you have your copy of my 30-day Instagram challenge. This is a content planner for growing your Instagram in 30 days. And I give this away for free. Get your copy at herpaperroute.com/004. and you can join the challenge. Okay, here's what it's all about. Instagram said in a statement posted April 30th, 2024, they would be making an effort to curb this problem, saying, quote, "Historically, because of how we ranked content, creators with large followings and aggregators of reposted content have gotten more reach in recommendations than smaller original content creators. We think it's important to correct this to give all creators a more equal chance of breaking through to new audiences." And to do this, Instagram has announced that they are making 4 changes to the algorithm. And I'm reading this information that I posted to my blog at herpaperroute.com. You can find more information on my blog, and there it also has the link to the official statement that Instagram has put out. But I'm going to give you the footnotes. Change number 1. New input to its ranking signals. Now, I'm going to explain what this is, and anyone here who's watching that uses TikTok, you're going to realize that basically TikTok already does this, and Instagram is trying to keep up with TikTok, which I think is a good thing. So this update will be rolled out over the next few months in an attempt to give smaller creators more distribution on the platform. Now, how the TikTok algorithm works is whenever you post anything, regardless of how many followers you have, whether you have 1 follower or 100,000, once you publish your video, TikTok will push that video out to a small group of users on the platform who the algorithm thinks would like your video, would like your content. And depending on how those test users interact with your video, TikTok will then decide if it's going to push it out to more people or stop pushing it out altogether. And this first push out to a small group of people, usually these are people who are not following your TikTok account. They don't have to be following you to see it on their For You page. Now, Instagram, up until now, didn't do it this way. How Instagram would push out your content is when you publish a new reel, Instagram would share it to people who are following you. It would recommend it to those people first, and then depending on how they engaged with it is how your video would then be pushed out to more people. Now, doing it this way is great if you have tons of engaged followers, but If you don't and your followers are not really interested in that particular video, then your reel can very quickly fall flat. This also meant that Instagram accounts who have larger followings were the ones that were always doing well with their reels because more people were following them, therefore more people could see it. So Instagram, with this update, they are going to change that. Instagram will start pushing your reels out to people who are not following you. This is really good for small content creators because it gives us a chance to have our content seen by people who wouldn't have seen it previously. Instagram said in their announcement that every piece of eligible content, and we'll talk about what eligible content is in a minute, will be shown to a small audience that we think will enjoy it, regardless of whether they follow the account that posted it or not. As this audience engages with the content, so engagement is still important, the top performing set of reels are shown to a slightly wider audience, and then the best of these are shown to an even wider group. So you're still competing with other accounts, but it's not necessarily you competing against people who have millions of followers. Everybody's getting a fair chance. So what does Instagram classify as eligible content? They classify eligible content when the content is original, so you own the copyright. It does not violate Instagram's community guidelines. So basically the content is rated G, it doesn't violate any laws, it's not spam. And it satisfies Instagram's recommendation guidelines. Again, it's rated G, doesn't cause any harm, and it has no visible watermarks. Okay, so that was just the first update. There's 3 more. So let's keep going because it gets really, really good. Okay, number 2, this is the second update the second algorithm update that is being rolled out now in the next few months is replacing reposts with original content in recommendations. Currently, when a piece of content starts taking off and becoming popular, Instagram will then start recommending it in other people's For You page or their Explore page, where then more people can see it. The problem with that is that before, Instagram didn't consider whether that piece of content was from the original content owner or if it was reposted from some bigger, more engaged account that didn't create the content originally. But with this new update, that's all gonna change. Instagram says that when the system detects 2 or more identical pieces of content on the platform, it will only recommend the original one. About this, Instagram has said, this means that the original content will directly replace the reposted content in recommendations. But there are some things to know. Instagram will only replace the recommendation in favor of the original content when the original content is relatively new. Okay, so we can't retroactively try to rank something that we posted a year ago. And 2, they are confident that the content is a match based on audio and visual signals. Also, it's important to note that this algorithm update isn't a perfect solution for like meme accounts or reaction accounts. Reaction accounts are creators who take someone else's work and then they play that content in their video and then they just have their face being like. So they're stealing the original content creator's work and they're just adding their face to it. And Instagram currently is saying that is still allowed. If you guys remember last fall, I had a video on TikTok go super viral, like over 17 million views. It was a story that I was telling, something that happened to me when I was a bartender over a decade ago. A man came into my bar and told me this crazy story. And so I told that story on my TikTok and it blew up and went super, super viral. Like super viral for me, because usually I'm getting like 1,000 to 10,000 views on my content. So this was big. I'm Canadian and TikTok doesn't have a creator fund in Canada, so I can't directly monetize my views on TikTok for ads. And unfortunately, reaction accounts took my video and they reposted it with their reaction, and they're monetized and they're making money off of my content and I can do diddly squat. So that sucks. On that note, Instagram won't replace content if it has been changed in a significant way, meaning that I'm calling them content bandits, but people who steal content. The content bandit could add their own voiceover or add their reaction. And if that video gets super popular, Instagram will let them have it, basically. And Instagram won't replace content if it has been compiled into a compilation with other content. So those meme accounts that kind of take things, and compilation accounts where they do roundups, Instagram is not cracking down on that just yet.
But I'll get you one day.
Algorithm update number 3. I like this one. Adding labels to reposted content and linking to the original content creator. When someone else does repost your content, the repost will be linked back to your account. This is a great way to credit the original content owner, but also a great way to share that engagement that the bigger account is getting in likes and comments, and sharing that love back to the person who created the content. And the 4th Instagram algorithm update that you need to be aware of as a content creator, and this one is awesome. Number 4, removing content aggregators from recommendations. This means that for those accounts that just directly take someone else's content and repost it on their account without changing it, without adding anything to it, those posts will no longer be recommended on the platform. Amazing. So what does this mean? Instagram states, as part of our efforts to reward original content, we want to further discourage content aggregators by making them ineligible for recommendations across Instagram. Now that creators will be able to be given more of a chance to succeed on Instagram, it is time to put your focus into growing your account and ramping up your content there. To help you with this, make sure you get your free copy of my 30-day Instagram challenge, which is a digital planner that's going to help you put some oomph behind your content in the next 30 days. I'm giving it away for $0. You can get your free copy at herpaperroute.com/004. In the description of this video below, I am including some more resources to help you grow and monetize your Instagram account so that you can just absolutely win on social media this year. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel at herpaperroute. And of course, follow me on Instagram at herpaperroute. And on my Instagram account, I have a private broadcast channel. It is a private feed for our community where I share resources on how to monetize and make more money in the creator economy. That's the herpaperroute broadcast channel that you can be a part of once you're following me on Instagram at herpaperroute. But let me know in the comments below what you think of these new Instagram updates and the new changes to the Instagram algorithm, if you think this is a move in the right direction or not. Maybe you liked when Instagram was ignoring content creators and making fun of us for complaining about the algorithm. But let me know. I want to hear your thoughts. And now, you know the drill. Go make some paper.